Collective. This is a serious mission that we are on, and we mustn't stop. Haha. So let's do a random bloody reading. Bloody and gory reading. I'm just here hanging in my room, drinking my coffee. The sun is shining. Such a beautiful day. I hope you're having a spectacular, wonderful day, night, evening, midday, midnight, whatever you are experiencing, collective. Let's go through it together. So, thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome home. Welcome to the family. I'm really excited to get some new energy in, some high vibrational energy, and people that are serious about their mission. And whatever you are going through, whatever path you are on, whatever you're struggling with, we are here together to transmute all of this bullshit, all of these motherfuckers that are trying and testing our hearts and our light vessels. And we are just done, right, collective? We are just at the point of self-fabulosity and doing the things that fill our soul is of the utmost importance right now. Because with all of this Aries energy coming in, even though this is a timeless message, the rush of energy that we have been feeling, we are feeling, or we will feel, is that Aries energy, which means it's the energy of initiation, it's the energy of pioneering, it's the energy of leadership, but also being that beginner, the first, right? So first came Aries, right? First came the spring blossoming and the first sign of life. So if you have been feeling these signs of life, collective, this is going to be a reading for you. So let's see what else. Where is the collective? Where are we? What's going on? Ooh, slippery slope. Lady. Okay. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. So it's, you know, kind of like the Empress energy. It's giving that fertility and reaping the fruits of your labor, right? Even if you're a man, it doesn't matter. This energy is fluid. It's timeless. We have all. We are everything, right? We have different soul codes. We have different microchips attached to our programmable system. We are all light, right? That's what the light workers is all about. It's not about doing good and doing, you know, donations all the time and being charitable and being goody two shoes. It's about actually transmuting that dark energy. It's about facing your shadows. It's about facing your ego self. It's about, you know, losing everything and being grateful with what you have type of energy. We have the spirit fox coming out. This is the animal totem. This might be resonant if you're watching multiple of these readings and you have resonated with the one where I spoke about the being the eternal sunshine within and without, which was the first thing I got pointed to. So that might be kind of like a add-on reading to that one. But yeah, it says, trust your talents in changing times. Okay, now I'm going to trust my talents. This is a different timeline. We're not going to talk about that reading. We're going to talk about this collective right here, where it's about being immersed in your spiritual warfare to such a degree, to that point where you have given up you have come full circle in many situations. You have left behind so many people, and still people are lining up the block to feed on your energy. And you are the one that should enjoy this growth and reap the rewards of everything that's coming your way, because you have worked for it. You have actually talked, written, sang, screamed about your emotions. You have processed so much and have recalibrated yourself to higher spirits, to higher light. And you know, this fox is giving me that spirit of, what's it called in Japanese? Inari? Or no, kitsune. Yeah, it's kitsune. It's the spirit of kitsune. So somebody may resonate with, you know, Japanese mythology and having those soul codes, but I was seeing, you know, kitsune waiting at the gate, at the red, you know, in Japan when they have these bunch of red doorways, it's like pillars and, you know, little something above that connects the pillars, and it's just a bunch of red pillars. It looks like different gates, right? So these temples, even if you are wherever you're from, wherever you're watching this from, you have visited different temples in different energetic ways. You could be temple healers or grid workers, those that are resonating with this message. But it's, yeah, so the fox spirit is showing me that you have been invited on this path. You have accepted the invitation to go through these dark nights of the soul. You have accepted your fate in so many ways and so many times that every time something comes your way, you just now brush it off, because you have you have the capability to bask in joy and light, right? In joy and in light. So you have the capability to focus on, you know, reprimanding your demons and ghosts, I heard. So you have took the reins of your life, collective, and you have decided that there is this immense vessel of ever regenerating light, and I'm seeing health in mana bars. So it's like you have found a way to do a self-regen type of process. So whoever is tapping into this, you all have different ways of, either it could be a combination of exercise, meditation, watching what you're thinking about, watching your words that you give to yourself, or you're increasing your compliments or your manifestations and mantras, or it just could be, you know, you're listening to different types of songs, because you now understand that not all songs are tuned into the correct frequency that would help you to align with your higher path. And I'm getting a chakra blockage, which you can hear. And we are going to transmute this energy. If you're interested, I'm holding a Herkimer diamond. It's a beautiful piece. My favorite. And my baby. It's a double terminated quartz, so it's like quartz that has the upper point on both sides. So it's like having a crown chakra on your base chakra type of quartz, right? But it's a voice opener. It helps express your soul. It helps you to sing better, I noticed, and a bunch of those things as well. So collective, we are rolling with the punches here. This is going to be a weird transmission. I'm going to probably pause now to kind of drink a little bit of lemonade, tea, water combo, and to kind of meditate this energy out. So give me just a second. Okay, collective. I was picked by 2 decks. And I have taken a sip of coffee, not gonna lie. My voice is still cracking, but we're gonna roll with it because that's how we do. Then I took a sip of my electric copper crystal special water and took a look at my personal deck that I am making for everybody to be able to use one day. And I've got my personal card. And I must inform you that, collective, we are here to enforce a certain celestial law. And then I was picked. Then I understood why I picked the Thoth Tarot deck. But we're gonna go through certain chakra emotions here. I don't use this deck too much, but shout out to Spirit Messages Tarot on YouTube. Small subscriber count, but very important. Very important. Sorry for everything, all the chaos. Very important channel to help grow. So if you feel inclined, go check it out. I will try to link it. I will link it in the description. So we have Bittersweet coming out, which is the blue representing the throat chakra. This is gonna be a pain in the ass to channel. I already know. Expansion. Okay, let's see. And recovery and service. Okay, so first of all, if somebody is dealing with somebody departing at this time, I'm sending a lot of positive prayers for a great transition to the other side. And there is a sense of relief coming, because if anybody had somebody pass away, or they are in the ifs and buts about they may pass, they are going to turn into, or they have turned into, a great spirit guide for you. They are giving you all of these keys, because the service, everybody's around this person. And if you don't, which I'm happy you don't have to feel this energy, but collective, in the past, you may have felt like you were passing away as well. And it took a lot of spirit guides and a lot of, maybe not so many people, but there were a lot of, even if there were a lot of people around you, you were falling sick, or having these symptoms. And I'm getting pointed to the jug here, and kind of looks like a Brita filter, so maybe that's significant for somebody, but I'm getting the filtering out of this need of being in service, right? So you could be the type of person that loves to help those in need, and you would give the shirt off your back to anybody that needs it, right? You see people, you may even be able to see spirits, I'm hearing, for a part of the collective. But if you haven't met your family line and they have passed away, 14 was on the timer, they are standing by your side, even in, like, when you find yourself in these different roles. Either it's being too much in service, either it's being too depleted and sick, or you are supporting somebody that is going through illness or passing away, or you work in a hospital or an environment with really old people that, they're, I don't want to say their days are numbered, but you know what I mean. It's a heavy energetic environment, whatever and however you're going through it, your service was very important for these people. And it still is. It may be your mission to help people, and you have been also recovering from your own life hurdles and your own ascensions and your, I'm even hearing like mental illnesses, or processing a bunch of these passed down attachments or trauma bonds, or being attached to somebody because they remind you of somebody that you never had, like a grandma, or all of your good grandmas are in the spirit world guiding you, and you know that, but you also need that 3D guidance from a motherly figure. And spirit, or the Most High, the widest light, is recovering your crown chakra. It's recovering the pathway through which all of these energies enter. The astral channel is really important to keep protecting, right? So if you are listening to music that's tuned into the wrong frequency, if you're watching sacred geometry that it's actually a spell and you don't know because you're at a festival and they have these projections, or whatever, you're at a concert and you understand that you are light sensitive for a reason, right? Spirit is showing you that you need to protect both sides of your crown. You might be feeling very ungrounded and unrooted, feeling like you have your crown on your feet, like you're just floating around through your ascension or through your path. There's this key that's coming in, right? For that door right behind you. And you are embracing this key. There's very faint imagery, but it feels like this lady that I think it's you, even if you're a man, she's like kind of molding and working with some sort of material, right? She's holding something, but then on her belly it looks like the world, like the earth. So you have the ability to balance grids, to heal temples. You have walked through many portals and gates and have ascended to a much higher sense of wisdom, where you understand that how things work, how you inherit certain things, how you have to transmute and deal with certain energies, if they are from your mother's, from your father's side, if they are from an acquaintance that is actually your neighbor and they have taught you about gardening. And I just found a book because I was trying to sell books, and I already took pictures of it, and I opened it and I saw that it has what's the word, oh my god, when somebody gives you a book and they write, "To you, I hope you blah 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 from me," right? And it's from this really old lady that I don't know if she now passed away, because we've moved and I'm not frequenting that quarter of my hometown anymore. So I hope she lives forever, but we cannot be so naive about that. I hate that word, naive. However, what I want to say is, like, you could have been around people that aren't your family, that feel more like your family. And you're also attracting these generational, or I'm hearing interracial, or just some, these connections where your heart is just so pure that doesn't matter who you meet, you're going to treat them the same because you have this huge heart. But there is a sense of being unprotected a little bit, or not unprotected. It's like, yes, you are protected, but you need to put a little bit more extra into sealing your crown. So there's less entering you when it comes to other people, right? There's you set that extra boundary of protection where nobody can pour energy into you without you knowing about it. And you're very aware of your crown, you're very aware of your path, your voice, the things that you do, the things that you want to do, because you have always been in service. You've always had keys for other people as well. You could have been the mother, the father, the therapist, the, you know, get home safe type of person. And, you know, this life expansion has been bittersweet. You could have been going through these emotions where you are hard to satisfy, like you have no problem in helping others, but no help can kind of up that. So in your friend group, so you may feel like you don't have friends, even though you do, they're just not understanding you on that level. And it's hard to connect because it's like, you know, a giraffe and a mouse speaking. Like, it's going to get lost in the ethers, right? And it's not on the mouse to climb on top of the giraffe, and it's not on the giraffe to lay down and put her ear to the ground and stay like that for the mouse to talk, right? So those spirit animal totems could be significant as confirmation. But this expansion card, and being also right next to recovery, I noticed that this kind of looks like the same woman, and she's kind of like pregnant with Earth here in the expansion card. So congratulations if anybody's pregnant. But what I'm getting from this card is that you are expanding your energy throughout the Earth. And I saw 2233 on the timer. Those could be a confirmation numbers for you if you see them. You are, it's like this is your whole life, right? You have been in service and in this bittersweet energy of having your throat chakra blocked, like you couldn't expand, you couldn't communicate certain things to certain people. There wasn't a collective for you to resonate with, or, you know, sometimes we vibrate so high, it's hard to pin us down. And it frustrates these people because they want to be also in service of us. But that's not how it works, right? Because us therapists, we have other therapists, right? You could be another tarot reader watching this. And we do need to connect with processing the loneliness and converting it, transmuting it into aloneness. And we are here to show you that no matter how long you doubt yourself, when you decide today's the day I'm going to do something different because I'm not insane anymore, and I know I'm here to be in service of others, you know, it gives you that little push, right? It's like inflating I'm seeing an air mattress being inflated, right? If you do not perfect your craft to a certain lovable extent, you're not going to be able to put it out, but you're promoting your perfectionism with that, right? So you have to deal with, you know, fucking up sometimes. It's okay to be cringy and to sing with a broken vocal cord, right? Because you had metal karaoke last night. So, right? It's however you take your life, you have the ability to unlock your own doors, because you do this, you're so malleable that you're working with yourself to a point where it's not about perfectionism anymore, and it's not about people pleasing, but it's about, you know, being inflated to the fullest, meaning standing up tall about what you do, and, you know, let them laugh. Like, you can do what I do, can you now, right? But even if you're a tarot reader or a medium watching this, or a channeler, we all have different qualities. We all have different soul fragments that connect the collective together, and we weave this web of higher consciousness. We are standing on a higher grid to help those on lower timelines and on lower grids. And if, get the fuck out of here, if you don't hold up your end, other part of the collective cannot hold up theirs, right? So we need to encourage each other, we need to support each other, we need to expand sharing and caring and loving and being of service with boundaries, being your full self and expressing yourself. Even if you have broken vocal cords, you're still, you know, doing it in your own style, or just expressing yourself, and that shows somebody that, yeah, like, this is not X Factor, right? Doesn't mean that we couldn't win it if we put our minds to it, and if we had el dineros for a vocal coach, but we're not there. That is not yet my mission, right? I'm focusing on the cards, and you're focusing on your own thing. And even if you are doing cards, you are focusing on your own little collection of, you know, we all start with printed cards and self-made oracles, and, you know, more self-made oracles and more self-made oracles, and it's the same energy of creation, right? You have put, well, I have put a bunch of my trauma in my deck that is transmuted, has meditations, it has light visualizations, it has many things that will help you. And then I have this deck that I still don't own. Oh my god, I'm chaotic today. But they are all different size, so I can shuffle them well. They sometimes fall out in groups, and sometimes, okay, you know, God wanted to show himself. So, you know, God is here to show you your light attributes as well as your dark attributes, right? And also your cringe mountain. Shout out Brittany, Cosmic Wifey, Intuitive Cosmic Wifey, shout out. And it's also showing that God is also showing you that you have a good balance within yourself. You have everything inside you to create whatever you want for yourself, because you have a vision. You're like, this is me in 2018, right? Or 2019. Imagine me printing all these out for free because I was a college student back then. Never finished. College school dropout. College school. And, you know, then cutting up all these, and I have OCD, and I would want them to shuffle good. I love when cards shuffle well, and I hate when they turn around and freeze. And I saw the vampire and the student card, and the Messiah is showing up. But, you know, they have helped me so much. So much. I even have them in some of my pick-a cards. They're a really good deck to have. I don't know why I'm saying this. This is for my tarot readers. This is like OG deck, right? And one day I'm gonna have the original. And then once I started making tea leaf cards, which my oracle readers, you know, tea leaf cards, it's 100 circular cards that are really cool for channeling, for quick channeling, for my fast channelers out there. And I never finished it, right? I still have all of the cards written down to finish them, but I would have to go through each and every one. So maybe at this point I have enough cards that I don't need the tea leaves. Doesn't mean that I don't want to attain an original tea leaf with my own money, right? And support the creator, because as with that archetype deck, I also want the original, and you know, these I sold because I have the smaller one, and yeah, long story behind these cards. But you know, we are always fluctuating through different ways of doing and being, and we're trying to be better. If we're trying to be better, we're always going to find a way to elevate, to transmute, to find a better option, or to just make a plan to get there someday, somehow. Even if you're struggling with being exposed on the internet, it's like, who cares? You know, people have gone viral for fails and stupid shit. Why not go viral for the thing that you like doing? Right? And even if, you know, somebody goes through my channel and screen caps all of my worst days, it's like, you know, haters are still a view. Haters are still Three of Swords. Haters are still pushing the algorithm, right? So if you really had a true hater, they wouldn't even watch you. So let's just call them all fans and, you know, degrade them to uplift them to the degree of their own self-degradation, right? It's just them hating. It has nothing to do with you. Let them hate, collective. Let them fucking hate. Yeah, you have virtue. You are the transmuter of heartbreak to virtue. You are putting all of your hardships that you went through in life, whether it was losing people left and right, whether it was being outcast in your family, or, you know, just being different throughout your whole life for this exact reason. Which is your virtue? It's the Three of Wands, which is Aries energy, mind you. It's literally Sun in Aries. So we have a Sun and Aries. And it doesn't matter if you're not Sun in Aries currently. It's still Sun in Aries. And fuck y'all, Tauruses. Still Aries season. I'm an Aries, so I can say that. We have the futility with number 7, the Chariot with number 7, and completion with the Four of Wands coming out. So 7 of Swords, the Chariot, and the Four of Wands. Are you a transmuter or what, collective? Because look at this. This card, 7 of Swords, it's like, it's not just futility, it's Moon in Aquarius, which, it's me. Hi, I'm Moon in Aquarius. Let me tell you all about it. Usually 7 of Swords is that betrayal and cunning fox, like negative fox energy, where, you know, people think that you don't have a heart just because you have boundaries and stupid shit like that. But what's important for Moon in Aquarius, you heard it here first. I just shouted out my merch. So Aquarius, a Moon in Aquarius, we need that friendship first, right? We need to trust people around us. And collective, doesn't matter your moon or sun placements, whatever it is. This could just be me talking to myself, right? For the future, who knows? But if you are, you know, resonating with this message, you have transmuted this futility. You have transmuted all of those people that have ghosted you, that have abandoned you, that have left you without explanation for no reason, or just with their own demons in their head, and they just left because they're crazy and narcissistic or sociopathic or psychopathic even. Like whatever they were, you have, with the Chariot, taken the reins into your own hands and were like, giddy up, horsey. We're going someplace. But these are not normal houses. These are, you know, kind of like different pharaohs, but there's 4 of them. So the person on this card is meditating, kind of holding the wheel. Confirmation. This is big Cancer energy, right? Cancer energy meaning you have been that mother, you have been that father of your group, you have been taking care of everybody but yourself for so long, and now that you're on the other side, actually taking care of yourself, well, a lot of people are gonna think you are futile, right? A lot of people are gonna see you as a cunning fox rather than a kitsune spirit that walks through gates in Japan, you know, on a random Tuesday as well. I wanted to say it's best, and it's not. Which day is the best to walk through gates? Leave it in the comments. But yeah, we have completion, right? It's this circular, cyclical energy. It's coming to a completion with Venus in Aries. So everybody that has been selfish, everybody that has been egotistical when it comes to love, everybody that has had their own agendas with the 7 of Swords, they are going through the motion of the ocean. They're like sinking to the floor. Thanks, Suave. Sinking to the floor might resonate with somebody here. Yeah, somebody in your energy collective is wallowing. They're like sleeping on the bottom of the ocean just so nobody finds them. They are drowning in their own karma right now. Justice has been brought to this person. Fear not. But we do have cruelty on the bottom, and we do have the Fool. Ooh, and the Victory and the Devil. Oh my god. So, thank you, Thoth. Thank you. Highest White Light. I normally dislike this deck for multiple reasons, and we don't have time for that. However, collective. 10 of Cups on the bottom, and I'm going to put it down because this is where we will finish. We're trying to keep this short, remember? First came out the 9 of Swords. So you have been stabbed in the back, anxious as fuck, being in your room, in darkness of your life, just processing shit. And people have been cruel to you, putting you in your glow down eras, putting you like trying to steal your codes. Nobody can steal my collective's codes. First of all, they're protected under my protection. They're gone with a blink of an eye. Do not fear my collective, but these cruel people have pushed you to your edge, right? That is past energy. You are already there. The Fool comes in, right? Again with this Aries energy. It's like, new shit. Give me new energy. Give me. It's like the summer has started in you, and the spring hasn't even started well. Like, we're just in the first month of spring. Whenever you're watching this, it could just be the internal spring, energetic meaning, but you have this full energy. And I was being pointed to the sun and what I thought was hydrangeas. Tiger, butterfly, snake symbolism, dove symbolism. Could be significant. All signs, of course. But this is a new beginning. This is a new path, collective. This is what you wanted. This is you with all of that fire and air and change within you being in effect. This is you going through, well, you have been through all of the motions and you have completed a cycle, right? You have completed somebody else's cycle as well. And you weren't cruel to them. They are the ones that were cruel to you, and they are the ones that are going to feel sorrow. You're being lifted of this energy of any heartbreak, it's like the cutoff of your timeline is you have fallen apart. It's like the 10 of Swords in this deck. You have to see this. I'm going to try to make it fast. I literally saw this. Yeah, it's the 10 of Swords. Like, this is your past timeline and this is your new timeline. This is the current situation, and this ending of a cycle. We have a circle on top and the 10 of Swords. It just popped in my head. You have stopped, like, you have cut the ropes of the anchors, and these people were anchors, that these cruel people, these people that have ghosted and have broken your heart and have violated your boundaries and your personal space and your bodies, you know. You are, it's like God has intervened and you are separating yourself from that timeline because you have, this was you in the past, right? Swords in the heart, sword in the solar plexus, sword in the right forearm, which is you taking any action for yourself, masculine or feminine. But because you have split timelines, I'm seeing that God has reached, I'm seeing, like, you know, that painting of, you know, which, you know, the one with the God and, was it Adam? Whoever, doesn't matter. But this person on the left is you, right? And you're shooting fucking lightning bolts out of your hands. This is your power. That is your right hand. Well, you can't see, but that is your right hand that now doesn't have a sword, because with the electricity that you possess, being this stormy dragon, you have broken all these swords coming your way. But also, you know, coming your way to the past. It's like you are, this is next level. I don't even have words for this, honestly, but you have exited the matrix for sure. Let's say it like that. And you are time traveling to your past self and zapping all these broken swords, so not all 10 swords hit your past self. It's like you are in Assassin's Creed and you it's like your brain is playing this whole new game, and it's not a game, it's you know, you're starring your own movies, collective. But you have exited your parameters of consciousness, and that is what has made you able to do this, which is timeline completion, timeline erasure. It's like you are going within to such a degree that you are plucking out old feathers and old chips and old, you know, programmables. Did you see that hair flip? You know, all of these programmables are being plucked out of you. However you see yourself, those broken parts are being refurbished. They're being removed and a new one is being integrated as we speak. Yeah, the Queen of Cups wanted to show herself. You're spreading the legs with power, but it's like, it's not sexual at all. This woman is the one on those reels or shorts when she comes on a subway. She's an Asian lady, and she, like, you know, guys are always manspreading because for their guy reasons, but it's not cool on public transport. And she just sits down and is like all dainty, and she just like quickly manspreads, and they're like kind of frightened. They both, you know, put their knees together, and she's like asserting dominance with it, right? So that's the that's the energy. And for some reason I picked 2 cards, and it's the Ace of Pentacles. So collective, this is your new seed. Your new seed. Oh yeah. Let's not forget that we had victory over the devil. It could just be victory over your addictions, your codependencies, your old self. That's what you have victored upon. I don't know. I probably said that wrong. Correct me, my British English people in the chat. But yeah, you have the Ace of Pentacles. You are lying rooted either way. You cannot see. Maybe this person here, she's like, you know, gender doesn't matter, but you are not just grounded. You are connected to the actual iron core, to Mother Gaia, because we did have these Gaia representations of you being pregnant with an idea, pregnant with a project, a new timeline, whatever your new energy is of that. You're this crazy cat, just like, woo! Woo! I love roller coasters! So you have learned to love your fucked up life, collective. And because you're riding on this cloud, you are the electricity, and you are self-empowering. Like, this whole card is like a tower, a totem of different energies. We have the soul star on the top, let's say, then it's connected with electricity, and we have these branches, and then we have this leafy, you know, plant with this, I don't know, is it, what's this geometry called? I don't know if you can see that. It's not the tree of life. Oh my god. Whatever, right? You are just bear with me. So yeah, you know, there's a star on the top, there's a star on the bottom, and this is kind of like your chakra system. You're not just earth grounded, you're not just grounded, you are earthed, and you're just immersed in being your own tree, right? You have gained a lot of knowledge on the tree of life, or a bunch of these different spiritual systems, or you are interested about those, where those really help you to open these gates. I'm seeing this weird, what looks to me like a portal, but it probably isn't. But there's a difference of going into the underworld and into your shadow from a demonic perspective, where you are still trying to, you know, prove something to somebody or whatever. There's a difference when you do it from a high vibration of, woo, I love this roller coaster of life. And we're gonna stop here. This is the end of transmission, otherwise we can go on for hours. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell me how it resonates with you, if it resonates, or what your path has been like. What have you went through to come to the other side, or what were some of your little but big ways that you have done to transmute yourself to be victorious over your own happiness. Because I feel like for a lot of us it has been really hard and lonely until we realized we have God, right? And whichever religion, whichever spiritual practice you are from, you must understand that our ancestors are not only those that we have inherited from our tree line. We have ancestors in Native America, in Africa, in Asia, in, you know, Aboriginal, Polynesian, Hawaii, whatever, right? We have so much health and healing abilities, and so much mana and so many powers that as you unlock these powers, it might get scary. I just, yeah, 10 minutes, maybe more. Maybe somebody needs this really. But I really want to get into Reiki, which is weird because I have unlocked a bunch of stuff on my skill tree up until this point without ever trying or doing Reiki. But I do have healing hands, and I need to learn from an actual master, right? So you might be unlocking certain skills, or your clairaudience is being heightened, or some of your clairs are being heightened, or you're starting to see spirits or passed on loved ones even, maybe. But it's like you were chosen for this because God knew you would be victorious in transmitting, being the conduit for this energy. And each of us has their own path, and we are all learning to find that acceptance within, right? And don't waste your seeds. Don't waste the ideas that you are quote unquote pregnant with, because only you can stop yourself, right? Only you can stop yourself from, in a way that you might think that you don't deserve this, but you do. If anybody deserves it, it's you. You deserve to be having this internal summer of basking in the joy and the light and the nectars and the pollen and the honey and the, taking care for the queen yourself. The hive is a collective, right? We are our own beehive. As you tap into this message, you can always come and, bask in the joy and light of me if you have a trouble transmuting certain energies, right? That's why I'm here for. And you are here for a certain specific reason where, it's I'm seeing like, those marketing, hierarchies, but it's not about a hierarchy. It's about understanding that, we collective have a higher mission that other people could not deal with. That's why we, people like me with North Node in Scorpio have a whole life of, before we transit from South Node to North Node, which is that Ten of Swords depiction, is what's happening to you now as you're listening to this, or has just happened. Before that timeline falls apart, what do I want to say? Oh my god, stop it. Interferences, go back to your source, or you will be given to God. Fear not, collective. You and I are going to bask in self-acceptance, victory, new doors opening, because we are the key. You are the key to your own doors, right? I'm seeing this tunnel of light, and you have the capacity and the ability to enter whichever, because you hold the key. You don't hold it, you have it within. You're pregnant with the key. Even if you're a man. It's like that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, right? You are an anomaly, especially if you're a man. I'm feeling the collective of divine masculines is the true power. Because first they have to acknowledge the divine feminine within, then without, so around them, and realize a bunch of things. And when divine masculines come into their full power, acceptance, and being victorious over the cruelty of their past, they have this sense of leadership that it's just mouth-watering for divine feminines, right? So stay on your path. Hold on to your seeds, your keys, your roller coasters. Hold on to the rails, but you are fastened in by God and the highest, holiest, most heavenly light. You are in a cradle of your own creation right now, collective, and whatever comes out, comes out. Post it, show it to the world. Be derpy, be goofy, be clumsy, be whatever. There's an energy that is being channeled off of that is showing you that everybody had to go through hurdles. Nobody was just born a superstar, right? But we do have potential, and if we constantly keep putting this vision into others and seeing their potential instead of ours, and they never reach it, that's what happens. You kind of fall ill, you kind of fall sick, or start dying from the inside out, because you are in service of others. You need to be primarily in service of self, protecting yourself, protecting your heart, protecting your root, protecting your crown, being embedded in your groundedness, being infused with your protection, and being focused on your vision. You have azimuth. That's the Aries energy. This is what I'm giving you, collective. Even if that's why those that are not Aries will resonate more with this than Aries, because that's just the energy that we are traversing through in this timeline. It's Aries. It's, you know, it's like watching. Imagine this. There's two ways to do this, right? The old way is, you know, opening up internet and being like, I want to do hiking. And you're like, ooh, beautiful hiking trails in Europe. And you find a hiking trail and you get there and it's kind of confusing. You walk around for half an hour to find the right trail. And it's a trail, you can follow it. It's been done before, it's been walked before, right? The top is where everybody is striving for. But this path is the long way around, right? It goes around the mountain, it ascends slowly and surely. I'm just saying what I'm hearing and seeing. And there's the other way, right? And this is what we're doing, collective. There's the Bear Grylls way, where you're like, that's the top of the mountain, and we're going straight. Like, we're not going to the park and up the route and then turn left and get to the top in 30 minutes. No. We are going to, as we say in my country, bite our knees to get up there, you know, put in a lot of that booty and leg strength in, and we're going to Bear Grylls it to the fucking top, and then wait for other people to join us without any, you know, ego, without any, I mean, toxic ego, or being like, haha, I made it, right? Or, you know, because there's a huge part of the path of all of us that is just contemplating and planning and analyzing and fearing, and, you know, it's just this energy self-collapses into you, and it's not yours. It's been passed down. I've been sitting on the edge of my seat, my couch, for the longest. I'm like, up in your face. Bask in the light, bask in the joy. The summer within is there for a reason. Even if you're hermiting as fuck, even if you are, you know, doing your hiking and walking your trails daily just to be away from civilization, if you're running uphill, if you're doing whatever, right? Whatever you're doing, take it as it resonates. But your seed is already rooted so deeply within you. It's like all of these roots below the ground, right? So this is the plant that grows above, and this is the plant that grows below. And you have the capability to grow in light and in shadow. Confirmation. You are now able and willing to express your conjoined, I'm seeing the Chariot card, but now I put the cards away. But the Chariot card kind of represents balancing those pillars of light and darkness, but going with the forward motion, doing something about it, moving on, ascending, going on the path, doing it actively. It's actually the Emperor, which is Aries. It's the Emperor that drives the Chariot and how they explain tarot, right? But it doesn't matter how they explain tarot, it's about the energy. You are that divine masculine sitting on your throne. Well, that was in the past, but now you're sitting on your chariot and you're going azimuth, which means straight forward to, there's no going around, no tree or no for the views road trip. This is tough. This is your whole life, right? And you're seeing the top. Collective, you are seeing all perspectives. You are seeing both sides of the coin. You are seeing both sides of the crown, as above, so below. You, if anybody, understands this the most. And don't forget, you are being victorious in this season. This is Jupiter and Leo. You're going to be overcoming a lot of that broken inner child, I just heard. And you're going to be so well balanced in this new timeline that you have just entered as you're watching this reading. I'm being pointed to all these flames, like it's a whole structure, right? But you have exited the structures. Where was it? In the Ten of Swords? Makes the cards. There was this cubic structure with a smaller, it kind of looked like a open tesseract. If you did like a 3D cut through side profile, doesn't matter. If you understand, you understand. If it's too much, just put a comment. This was too much. But you have already exited the parameters of your past timeline, and in your new timeline you're being, what's that, 9 flames. And mind you, this is Thoth Tarot, so it's Egyptian, it's Egyptology, and it's different totems. There's a bunch of protectors and a bunch of ancestors around you that are helping you form this diamond of a structure within you. So Herkimer diamond could also be an energy that you relate to as a spiritual representation of what it helps with. Those could be some extra messages for you, so just put in your browser Herkimer, Herkimer diamond, and spiritual meaning. You're going to get more messages on how to transmute if you're still struggling a bit, or if you're feeling stuck, because I'm being pointed to this Ace of Pentacles that you are rooted and immersed in this energy. But it could also, for some part of the collective, be the energy of being a little bit stuck in your immersion. That's where the grounding comes in. Even though that's the Ace of Pentacles, I'm seeing the, crown being on both sides. These cards are a bit more energetic in symbolism. So it's really about protecting your crown, protecting your root, anointing your feet and your hands, washing them, and washing your hair regularly, or braiding it like I do now to sleep and be fabulous the next time. or 2 days, but it's like you're doing these new things that are really helping you, whatever you're doing. It's making you interlace your own passions and create a structure of self-acceptance and self-proclaimed victory. It's like you have crowned yourself, or what it feels like. However, it was God. It was all God. You know it. Hermit, yeah, retreat and recharge. I'm sorry I took an hour from your time, but if you're still dealing with the hermit energy and going through the dark night of the soul, just be careful in what material bondages you are still immersed with, because those might be some things that are holding you back from elevating to who you want to be. It's like you are maybe a bit too attached to money or new opportunities. This is for those that resonate with still needing to recharge. It's just that, what do you need to recharge from, right? Where is this depletion coming from actually? Is it your job? Is it your whatever, right? So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much again. If you made it to this part, leave me some phoenixes in the comments. Tell me how you're feeling, tell me how you are. I hope this helped. If you are feeling inclined to donate or support the channel in any way, I will try to not forget to leave all the necessary information in the description box. So don't forget to like, share, comment, so we can connect and I can get more of these different energies coming in to be transmuted. So welcome home again to the new ones, and thank you for listening to my transmission. Sometimes I feel too much as well and not enough as well. So that's something we are flicking away. Goodbye.